Hey everybody, Heather Coleman here, and happy Monday, happy month of June. So please check out my website, heatherlcoleman.com. If you are interested in any way in taking a deep dive, keep in mind that these readings, whether you're connecting with this video on Facebook or YouTube, this is a group reading. It's still going to be eerily specific to you, but it is for a group. So if you feel like maybe you want to take a deeper dive, have the opportunity to ask questions, and do a reading that is just really tailored and personalized to you, keep in mind there's so many options, range of prices. There's virtual, there's in person, there's email, everything. So definitely check that out at heatherlcoleman.com. And we're going to dive right in and see what Spirit has for you this week, starting with tarot. The Fairy Tarot deck is here with us. So I feel like the title of this is really, I almost called it topsy-turvy. I think I called it hanging upside down. The fairies are really great at supporting us when things are feeling beyond our control. And I feel like there's going to be some energy of that both this week and or whenever you're seeing this. Yeah, we're looking at the week of June 1st through 7th here, I believe it is. But whenever you see this, it's time. Okay, guys, sorry about the gap there. The internet got weird, but I think I got it. So looking at the Ace of Spring makes a lot of sense given the fact that I'm making this in the last few weeks of spring here. So a lot of new beginnings. But again, this is timeless. Whenever you see this, that's a better place for it. We're looking at a fairy here, like a child. So we're being called to really tap into our childlike nature, taking time to really look at your surroundings. Spend time with your pets. Real call to do that. Something I've been doing when I do my yard work is I just take my time and I hang out with my cats. If they want attention, I will stop what I'm doing. I'll pet them. I'll talk to them, and then I'll just get back to my yard work. And it makes it so much more fun. This little bird here is reminding me, I saw this adorable, just really cute baby bird just the other day in the yard. What a beautiful experience. A lot of times at that age, they're learning to fly, and they're pretty friendly to people. So this little bird was like, cheep, cheep, nice to meet you. And I was like, hello, little bird. It was just wonderful. So you're being encouraged to take time to get outside, to appreciate nature, to be present in your environment, spend time with your pets. If you have wildlife, like I love the wildlife. There's a possum under our porch that's pretty friendly because he and my white cat look alike, and the cat's not afraid of us, so the possum thinks they're like the same animal, so there's no reason to be afraid of us. I'm always talking to the possum. So Spirit is really encouraging you to develop your relationship with nature, whether that's your connection to the plants, your garden, maybe if you're a gardener, whatever that might look like for you. Really lean into that and really make the time for that. When we do that, it tends to help us gain perspective and keep perspective on whatever we might be going through in our lives, right? Finally, the message on here is very interesting as well. Amazing career opportunities, and it's time to take action. So I feel like, at least for some of you at this time, there are going to be some pleasant surprises, some new opportunities coming along for you. I think I'm going to get these windows open so the phone doesn't overheat, because that happened before during one of our videos and we got this weird gap. So we're going to get a little, you guys can see that, right? Getting some more air going on in here. So putting aside our Ace of Spring, although we got a lot of sun doing that, so maybe we won't do that after all. Yeah, that kind of made the car hotter. But we also have the Empress. This is interesting. This particular card found its way to me at the place I work. Actually, I'm sitting in front of the building because I had this long break and I figured let's do our reading. I went into the Group X studio to teach one day and found this. And I said, okay, the Empress is here for me. Whatever deck this is from, it's going to be Alice in Wonderland based. So there's kind of a madness to this. Here's your message. This is leadership energy. You might have to be a little bit mad to step into your vision, to take leadership in your life. Why is that a problem? Creation happens by someone having so much faith in their vision that may or may not seem rational to others, that shouldn't stop you from pursuing your dreams. That shouldn't stop you from stepping into your path and from pursuing your purpose. We're all a little mad. You know, shadow work. A lot of times doing shadow work means pulling up the wounds from childhood and possibly from past lives, the unconscious programs. Sometimes it means that, but it also means stripping away the editing you've done to your personality, because we all do it, to get into confluence and to be accepted by others. Well, I'm telling you right now, fuck that. I'm telling you to step in to your raw. Is there a part of you that you quieted down? I don't mean a part of you that was nasty to other people or abusive. I'm not talking about that. But I'm saying, was there ever a part of you that had big ideas and maybe a blunt way of saying things? Sometimes those things put off people that are a little more on the uptight, cautious side. It's time to strip away the layers to that. Or maybe you were called too sensitive. Fuck that. You know who likes to call other people insensitive? Insensitive clods. You don't need that. A lot of stepping into your power has to do with casting aside the beliefs that other people put on you to limit some side of you that they were uncomfortable with, because you were a mirror for them. Enough giving away your power. Enough rejecting yourself. Enough disintegrating. It's time to reintegrate, to embrace all parts of yourself, to be joyful, to be a bit crazy if that's what that requires, and to feel good doing it. 7 of Summer, interesting. We've got a rainbow here. So Pride Month, happy Pride Month to those of you that is significant for. Happy Pride Month. No more procrastinating, but here's the thing. This is also the 7. This is the 7 of water, but I'm getting some 7 of earth energy with this. So if there are things that you cannot take action on right now, focus on the things that you are able to take action on. And watch the tendency to overanalyze, overthink. Sometimes when we have a lot of options and we're not sure yet what direction we're going to be going, sometimes that can lead to us getting overwhelmed, kind of staying stuck. I think most of you aren't exactly staying stuck, but you might be overthinking, overanalyzing, getting overwhelmed. If that's the case, writing down options, writing down ideas can be a huge help. Doing lists of pros and cons. Take action on the things you can take action on today, tomorrow, next week, and just know that maybe some of the things you're thinking of are going to take some time to develop. Your power comes from making a decision. What may also happen or help, or both, we could say, for some of you, is maybe you've got analysis paralysis, or it's just not time. It takes time to make decisions. So give yourself a time frame to make decisions. I think that will help some of you who are kind of in this spinning around energy. Let's set this aside. Oh, wait, there's one more message with this. Some of you may just have a pause happening during the summer months of whatever you're developing. This could be paid work or unpaid work, could be volunteer work. A lot of times summer gives us a pause in we could say our professional life, as a way of having more fun in your personal life and focusing on your home. So this is an especially good year for a lot of people to be working on your garden, whether that's literal or figurative garden, your outside, your home, the maybe your grass, your trees, whatever, your shrubs, but also your inside of your home as well. So moving over, this next card is actually from a card deck that is called, I don't know why I'm blanking. Okay, that's a message. I feel like some of you are just blanking on things you should know. It's a sign that you need more rest, or maybe, I'm going to tell you guys right now, when Spirit wipes my mind, it's because I don't need to be talking about a thing that I might think I need to talk about. So just know that if your mind goes blank, it's time to pivot. It's time to pivot. Sonia Choquette is the author. I want to say the name of this is Messages from Your Spirit Guides. Whatever. Self-esteem with Archangel Michael. Many of us, when we're going through any kind of a life transition, start questioning, especially if you've been through difficult times, and especially if life hasn't gone the way you expected. If you've been through a lot of betrayal, rejection, and maybe you feel like you've made mistakes in judgment, you might be someone who is hard on yourself during life transitions, and your angels, and especially Archangel Michael, are here to tell you to build yourself up, use positive affirmations, love yourself, care for yourself, the way that you would care for a small child or a pet. Lavish that love on yourself. And some of us tend to talk so hard and critical to ourselves, so much worse than we would talk to someone else. So watch for that tendency to happen. And that's kind of what this image is talking about, right? You've got this angel who's larger than this being, just surrounding this young, smaller person in love. Let the angels do that for you. Call on the angels, call on Archangel Michael to do that for you at this time. Moving on to our tarot card. This is where the title of today's video comes from. We've got Awakening, or the Hanged Man in traditional tarot. First thing my attention goes to on this is the yin yang symbol. Again, a call to do some shadow work. If you don't know how to do that, Google it. Maybe go online and get a shadow work book to read up on. You're being encouraged to embrace what we think of as the lighter and the darker. Now, what is shadow work? Okay. The shadow is whatever side of ourselves we hold back from other people. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we don't need to give all of who we are to everyone. That's what being dead is for, when we're back with Source and there's no secrets, there's no holding back. We're all just like, Lou, I'm so open and honest. That's not always the best way to be in this world, in this 3D Earth reality. So that's fine. You don't have to give all of who you are to everyone. In fact, that's a recipe for disaster. But when we are little, we imprint. Our self-image, both from the life we're living now and past lives, is often on what other people around us tell us is okay, or what they want us to be or don't want us to be. Again, it isn't so bad to modify your behavior so you don't harm others, for example. That's good. But here's the thing. You've got to stop denying your shadow side to yourself. You've got to stop denying the parts of yourself that you're not showing everybody. You have to reintegrate. We get this message again. You need to do some journaling if you don't know how to do this. Just some practical steps. Go walk in the woods and yell at the universe. I've done that before when I've been through really hard times in my life. Do something active. Take a kickboxing class. You've got to get in touch with the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that often other people don't like anger, like resentment. The things people sometimes accuse us of nagging about because maybe they're not hearing the real need. Well, maybe we need to recognize what that real unmet need is within ourselves and where that's coming from. This angel here, his light, his wings come from the roots, the deep part of himself, the light and the dark. So, all right. We got an animal spirit guide here with us. I was just talking about a possum. You can't make this stuff up. How cute is he? Strategy. Having a backup plan. Because again, I feel like we're in a time of a lot of change. There's uncertainty. We've been, this whole year, Fire Horse year since about mid-February, we've been told, keep thinking about what you want, how you want your life to look. Having plan A, plan B, plan C ideas, being flexible and open-minded to the time frame of things. Having backup plans is a good idea in case things don't work out the way you hope. You're not going to get that hopeless feeling, right? Possums are very adaptable. Let's put this aside. Let's get our final tarot card. All right, let's do this. Can't make this stuff up. I didn't even remember or realize I drew this. I said we've got the Seven of Earth. Here it is. It's It's interesting because sometimes summer is when we have our highest energy, at least if you live in the type of climate I do, where your winters are cold, much shorter daylight, your summers are warm or hot, longer. You got so much energy. You want to do. Sometimes, especially if you're working, maybe you want more money, you want to manifest more success. Sometimes that's sort of a catch-22 in the summers. You're like, but I'm ready to do. So the key is to pour that into other aspects of your life and know that you're going to reap the harvest in the fall. In the fall. Can't make this stuff up. We're talking about fall. They call it autumn in this deck. Most decks don't call the suit of earth autumn. They call it pentacles, coins. They call it earth. Most of decks don't call it autumn. You're going to harvest, okay? Whatever you're pouring into, you are going to see a harvest this fall, whether that's your love life, whether that's your professional life, paid or unpaid, whether that is your home. But just know, and I think that's why we have, let me grab this beautiful card again. Where'd it go? We have 2 sevens. So we have our lucky sevens. I think we had it a few weeks ago. I can't find that card. Here it is. Just know that the fact that we have emotions and practical, when you pour into the aspect of your life that really needs your love and care, all of the aspects of your life are going to benefit. Great example. I might have mentioned this in another video. I have been putting a lot of time, love, and thought into my home. Big redesign, big reorganization, big purge, all of it. This isn't just spring cleaning. This is like the biggest spring cleaning I've ever done. And yeah, part of me is going, I'm putting so much time into my home, but I'm not putting as much into my business right now. But my spirit guides keep saying to me, this is like an investment for you. All this energy you're putting into your home, your foundation, your base is going to pay off in every aspect of your life. Relationships, the home itself, of course, career, my own overall well-being. So I want you to keep that in mind. Some of you might be wanting to advance your work in some way, whether it's paid or unpaid, but maybe like me, you're feeling like, oh, but I really feel like I need to focus more on my love life right now, my relationships, or my home. It's all going to work because your life is a holistic thing, just like you are. You're not just a body. You're not just a mind. You're not just an aura. You're all of those things. You're a human with a soul. You're a soul having a human experience. Your life is not just this area. And yeah, we might want one area of our life to advance or progress in a certain way. And we might think, okay, if I focus on that area, it's all gonna, not always, right? Trust your instincts. Trust where you feel you need to put your energy. And if you don't know, sometimes that's where getting a reading can be a huge help. So don't hesitate to reach out. Whether you message me on Facebook, whether you find my website, you message me through there, whatever that is, I'm here to help you. Always in your corner. We're going to leave it there today. I hope you're all having a beautiful beginning to your month of June. If you're on YouTube, please, if you're getting something useful from this, please give it a like, a thumbs up, consider subscribing. It helps a lot. Until then, everyone, much peace to you, so much happiness. Namaste.